Hi everyone. I wanted to go over habits of billionaires. I did a lot of research into billionaires to understand what kind of common trends there are among these elite people. So I put a list together of some notes on what billionaires do. So here we go. Billionaires have a routine and a to-do list. So something to keep track of their day, almost like a systematic process. They wake up 3 hours before work starts. And that's interesting because I just came across an article about Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, and he has this puttering around time. So time that he spends just puttering around in the morning before everyone else kind of wakes up. And that time allows for creativity and just new ideas to pop up. So it's interesting how a lot of the billionaires will wake up 3 hours or more before work. They also listen to audiobooks on commute. So instead of listening to music in the car, billionaires are listening to audiobooks. And that's to propel lifelong learning and to understand and educate themselves and to build that knowledge. They network over 5 hours per month. Now that's an interesting one. So they're not all just sitting at home. Like they're learning. They're getting out there. They're talking to people. They're connecting. Because I think groupthink really propels ideas forwards rather than coming up with concepts within your own head. So I think networking, that's really interesting for the social aspect. They read 30 minutes or more per day. And they love it. So they love to read and they love to soak up topics on a variety of different genres. I know Bill Gates, he reads books in areas that you wouldn't even think, but he consumes content across a variety of different topics. And a lot of billionaires do that. Cardio, 4 times or more per week, right? Get that body moving, sharpen that knife. And the 7 habits of highly successful people, having that exercise, meditation, just sharpening that mind is really critical. So cardio, 4 times a week. Could even be a walk, could be a run, but that helps sharpen the mind. They limit junk food, right? Compared to maybe impoverished areas, billionaires stay away from that. Although I would add a caveat here in that Warren Buffett eats McDonald's every day, and then Bill Gates eats, fried hamburgers and all of that. So I question that, but the consensus is like junk food is kept to a minimum, right? 1 hour or less of TV per day, right? They're not sitting at home watching Netflix all the time. It's not something that's a positive habit for them, so billionaires cut that out. Very little TV. They teach good habits to their kids, okay? That's something that they understand and they want to pass it down to the generation. They're building a legacy. Their children would be that legacy, so they teach good habits. They have their kids volunteer over 10 hours per month. I found that one interesting because volunteering is something that maybe is not encouraged as much as it should be. But I think having your kids volunteer, that's an excellent habit to get into, to give back to the community. They encourage their kids to read 2 or more nonfiction books per month. Wow. Nonfiction. That's surprising. Because I would think, okay, fiction is a common one, to read fictional books. I mean, kids love that. I loved reading fictional books. But the idea of encouraging your kids to read more than 2 nonfiction books at a young age, I mean, that's a good habit. Billionaires have specific goals, right? Specific, crystal clear, almost like a very clear vision, usually for their business and for their life. So that really drives this overall billionaire mentality and mindset. And they always self-improve. They always look at ways of getting better and improving in a number of different areas. They have good habits, and these good habits create opportunity, right? Whereas the bad habits will equal bad outcomes. So they limit those bad habits. They are consciously aware of what's good and bad, and they focus on the good habits and push away the bad ones, knowing what happens, what that end outcome is. Because again, that aligns with that self-improvement vision and whatnot. So they always look at habit formation and always going for the best. So that's just a quick summary of some habits of billionaires in order to get to that level. Now, there's a lot more involved, obviously. You need to have a major problem that you're solving, I believe. You need to look at helping many, many people, right? A lot of billionaires, if you look at what they do, they help people. Either they employ people or they are building a product that really matters and is meaningful, but they are obviously contributing immensely to society. That's how they've become billionaires. Aside from the trust funds and the inheritances, those that have cultivated $1 billion seem to have really built something that's of value to society. So that's something to keep in mind. And if you look at problems around you, you can maybe look at solving those problems. So hopefully that helps. Till next time, bye.